Hi, this is Alana from C.Mom, and I am here to ask you some great questions, hopefully, and hear your take, Dr. Ayoob, on nutrition for children. I am a mom and a teacher and have dealt with my own kind of nutritional issues. I think I eat pretty nutritious things, and I provide my daughter with a pretty nutritious lifestyle. But as someone who has struggled with weight as an adult and probably also as a child, I know how important it is to instill really a strong foundation when they're younger. So a lot of my questions stem from kind of that context. As a teacher, I also see kids, who at young ages are already dealing with complexes about their body, and some of whom make really great healthy choices when they're eating and some not at all. So it's interesting to watch and to see it from all those different perspectives. So one of my questions is, as a working mom, I end up feeding my daughter breakfast in the car. I know it's horrible, but this is probably the last year, but as some, knowing that there are other moms and parents out there like me, I try to choose healthy, easy things to eat. Things like sausage links, the Morningstar sausage links, or cereal, or yogurt. Sometimes even little fruit cups or a banana. But it feels like my choices are slim and they get very redundant. So how do you suggest parents balance their work time, schedule constraints with easy eating?
I'll tell you, time is at a premium for a lot of parents, okay? And whether there's, single parent households or, two parent households, time seems to be at a premium. So this is a great question. First of all, good healthy foods don't have to be, sit down at the table kind of thing. They can be fast food as well. And a couple of options that you might want to keep in mind are, certainly things that focus on what kids need more of. For example, we know kids need more fruits, vegetables, low-fat and fat-free dairy, and whole grain. But how do you make that portable for a car? And one way to do that is certainly to think of milk doesn't just have to be in a glass. You can actually get milk in a box that's good to go. That's low fat or fat free. Same thing with even things like a whole grain breakfast cereal. While we usually think of it as something you have in a bowl with milk and fresh fruit, you don't have to. You can throw that whole grain cereal into a bag and kids can eat it just hand to mouth like that. Great way to get whole grains into kids. Great way to get have their milk in a box, etc. And you can also bring along some fresh fruit with you. Now, it doesn't have to be cut up fruit, but a good option would be something like grapes that's very low maintenance, or apples that don't need to be peeled, and things like that. So those are options that are possible. So also if it's going to be a granola bar, a whole grain granola bar, but you can also bring things like a peeled hard-boiled egg, or orange segments that are pre-peeled and things like that. Now keep in mind, if you do have 5 to 7 minutes in the morning, for example, that's all it takes to pour a bowl of cereal and milk and have a piece of fresh fruit with it. So really, it doesn't take too long. But if you find yourself rushed, you've got some options there eventually as well. You can also give trail mix and things like that are great in the car kinds of dashboard dining for kids as well.
Another question that I have is, my daughter spends 1 week with me and then 1 week with her dad. Her dad and I are divorced. And with me, she eats a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruit, healthy things all day long. With her dad, although he tries, it's not quite the same. They eat a lot of SpaghettiOs and a lot of McDonald's on the weekend, things like that. And so I'm a little bit afraid she will end up resenting the healthy eating that I try to instill. And I was wondering if you had any ideas.
Well, it's a good question, because shared custody is a reality of life now. And you still want your kids to eat well when they're not with you. Now, there's a certain amount you can't control. But one thing, if your daughter is eating, fruits and vegetables with you a lot, and she seems to like that, then I would share that with her father and say, listen, these are the things that she really, really likes to eat, and notice, and just do it in a very non-confrontational way.